Well, happy freaking holidays, I guess, because Larian just went and dropped a ton of new details on the upcoming final patch, patch 8, and it's blown me the fuck away. Larian Studios just dropped our first look at what we'll be getting next year with patch 8, and boy is it a freaking big one. It wasn't that long ago that we thought patch 7, you know, the one with mods that actually brought the game to have a higher average player count than last year, the one that had new evil endings that were truly twisted. Well, we thought that one was going to be the last patch for Baldur's Gate 3. But even back then when it dropped, Larian let us know that it actually wasn't going to be the last patch, and we're going to be getting another one down the line. That's what this one is, patch 8, which will be coming in 2025. And it's huge. We'll start with the big headline because I don't want to waste your time. Baldur's Gate 3 will be adding new subclasses, 12 of them to be exact. Yes, 12 new subclasses, one subclass for each of the current classes. And some of them look really freaking cool. Bard will get the College of Glamour, a heal and CC focused bard which will enhance any party. Honestly, the kind of bard that I was trying to make, but this sounds even better than that with some of the abilities they'll be able to bring forth, which I'm really excited about. Barbarian will get Path of Giants, and while there's a lot I could say about this strength-heavy barbarian, I think one line from Larian puts it best. Your newfound giant strength will make it easier for you to yeet friend and foe alike. They know us. They just know us. Cleric will dabble deeper into the darker side of healing with Death Domain. The cantrip alone, Toll the Dead, they will be getting, which does 1 to 8 damage that scales if your target has already been damaged. Well, that sounds pretty freaking awesome. Oh yeah, and you know, just the ability to freaking explode corpses. That's coming in with this Death Domain. Shadowheart's just absolutely never gonna outrun the Goth Princess accusations. Also, this cleric might be fun to play. Druid will get Circle of the Stars, allowing them to call upon the different constellations for power, the Archer, the Chalice, and the Dragon, each with their own unique playstyles. This role sounds like there's a whole lot of flexibility, which makes it sound extremely attractive. Kinda like Halcyon.
Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Paladin will be taking a new oath, an oath to the crown, putting use to righteous clarity and divine allegiance. This role seems to lean more into the tank and leader aspects of the Paladin, but I'm more curious to see what will break their oath, as they have to uphold the principles of law. And I'm sure within Baldur's Gate 3, that could lead to some tough decision making. For fighter, you're going to need to take a back seat, leaning into the ranged as the Arcane Archer, complete with new shooting animations, the ability to banish foes to the Feywild because they annoyed you, and to unleash psychic damage. I think one of the coolest parts about this is actually the animations that we got to see with the new bow animations. That looks really fun. But for Monk though, this one will be difficult not to at least try. It's not Jackie Chan, but monks will be able to at least emulate one of his best movies ever with the Drunken Master subclass. You recover your ki by drinking alcohol and gain the ability to get your targets drunk or sober them up. Now I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause here for a little bit of an inside joke, but if you've been following at all our co-op honor mode run, there is a particular monk in our group who goes by the name of Steve. And given how the playthrough has gone so far, I feel like this subclass may have been tailor-made just for Steve.
You're so purple.
Wow.
You look like a fucking grape.
I honestly didn't think we were gonna make it this far. Oh my god.
Why are you naked?
It's custom, bro. It's Drow custom. Alright. Don't respect my culture, bro.
No, I refuse.
Alright. Drows, you know, Drows like to get in the sauce.
The new Ranger, though, honestly, it kind of feels like it might need a trigger warning for people that don't like swarms of things, creepy crawly things. Rangers will get the Swarm Keeper subclass, gaining the ability to summon all kinds of deadly swarms in battles, like the cloud of jellyfish. Not the swarm that I expected, although those exist too, but not what I expected. Very, very Larian and very D&D. Rogues who also happen to be fans of Divinity Original Sin 2 can finally proper wear Beast's hat, as they'll be jumping into the game as swashbucklers, gaining skills to blind enemies, disarm them, or even use fancy footwork to cancel out opportunity attacks. Sorcerer might be the freaking coolest though, and is probably going to be my go-to now for a potential Dirge run. Sorcerer will gain the Shadow Magic subclass. The ability alone to summon the Hound of Ill Omen is enough to make me eager to swap over to this subclass. It also has a pretty nifty skill for honor mode runs called Strength of the Grave, which can prevent you from being downed. My question with that is, how does that work with the half-orc ability to basically res yourself as well with 1 hit points? Be interesting to see how OP that gets. Not to be outdone, Warlocks will be delving into the Shadowfell with the Hexblade subclass, which will allow them to curse the souls of their enemies and bring them back as spirits to assist you for 10 turns, as long as they aren't elements of nature, constructs, or a giant blob. So no using Will to raise Bernard from the dead, as amusing as that would be given the connection between their actors. Last but not least, Wizards, which already had some pretty great subclasses, will also get entirely new animations for their new subclass to cast spells with your weapon, Blade Singing. The key element of this subclass in BG3, it seems to be the new Blade Song ability, which grants you supernatural speed, agility, and focus. That alone, is more than I could have ever asked for, in all honesty. All those subclasses, all that new spells, new animations, all those things coming, all the balance that needs to be done, coming with a patch 8, a free update over a year since the game has launched. That's just crazy to think about. Fuck, Larian, I can't love you any more than this. It's already getting a little weird and parasocial, okay? Do something shitty, maybe, because this is getting awkward. But there's also 2 other significant highlights we need to talk about with this in brief. With this patch, your timelines on Blue Sky or Twitter are likely soon to be completely and utterly filled with all kinds of new screenshots from Baldur's Gate 3, as they'll officially be adding a photo mode, complete with lens, scene settings, and post-processing effects. Some of you, I know, may actually put another 100 hours into Baldur's Gate 3 just on this mode alone. You know who you are. As Larian puts it, in your hands, you'll be able to take roleplay to the next level with unique combinations of poses, stickers, and frames. We can't wait to see what absolute nightmare fuel you come up with. And finally, Crossplay. It's not a super flashy update, but it's a very, very important one, especially with how good the co-op multiplayer in Baldur's Gate 3 really is, whether you're playing on honor mode or any mode. Co-op itself gives another way to experience the game, and I highly recommend it if you haven't played it yet. And now with this update in patch 8, you'll actually be able to do it with anyone, regardless of whether they're on PC or consoles, and you'll be able to launch into the game with them from any of them. Anyone can host it, basically, because it's hosted on Larian Studios, or Larian's servers. The stress test for patch 8 will begin sometime in January of 2025, barring any delays, and updates on how to join that stress test will be coming with Community Update 31. And finally, one of the cooler things that's just kind of fun, Larian will be bringing back an advent calendar that may remind some players of the pre-launch murder mystery they hosted on their website back in 2023. Stuff like all of this is a big reason why Larian and BG3 have been nominated for Best Community Support in 2024 at the Game Awards after winning it in 2023. They continue to show that they are committed to not just launching the game in a playable state, but continuing to update and refine and make the game better and better and better over time without nickeling and diming you throughout the whole process. Larian stands above, like a step above studios in so many ways, and this is a big part of it. In addition to that award that they're up for in the Game Awards, well, in a show that has significantly less stage presence and significantly fewer votes, you can actually vote for Baldur's Gate 3 in the Legacy RPG category for the 2020s. They're going up against the likes of Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077, which I just realized is they're going up against CD Projekt Red, and you can vote for them right now in the Scuff Game Awards, which is linked down below. You can vote until December 5th, and the show itself will be on December 7th. It is 100% fan voted, and some of those votes, they're like incredibly close. I looked this morning, one of the votes had hundreds and hundreds of actual people voting, and it was separated. The winner was separated by one vote. One. That's it. So go make sure that you're heard in the Scuffed Game Awards. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day.